So next up, we've got Death Guard. Now I know a lot of people have been waiting for this, and especially Dom.
I know I have.
And from what we've heard, there's some nice changes. So we'll just go through. So we've got on the abilities, we've got Hateful Assault. So if this unit makes a charge move, is charged or performs, so they get one attack if they're charged like a normal Marine now, which is quite cool. You've got Bolt Weapons. Bolt Weapons is anywhere who chooses the profile includes the word Bolt, and any relic that replaces a Bolt Weapon. Rules that apply to Bolt Weapons also apply to Bolt Gun profiles of combi weapons and the bolter profile. So basically what they're trying to say there is anything that was a bolt weapon or is a bolt weapon is a bolt weapon. Again, they're trying to be very clear, which is quite nice to see. Yeah, it's an extra bit of text, but it's quite concise in saying, like, literally, if it had the word bolt and you've made it a relic, it is a bolt weapon, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
So we've got Malicious Folly. Instead of the following normal rules for rapid fire weapons, models in this unit firing rapid fire bolt weapons make double the number of attacks if any of the following apply. Firing model's target is within half the weapon's maximum range. So you're keeping the standard rapid fire stuff there, aren't you?
It's a standard stuff.
Firing the model is infantry, and every model in this unit remains stationary in your previous movement phase. So basically you can stand still at max range and get rapid fire, which is quite nice. And the firing model is a Terminator or Hellbrute. For the purpose of ability, a rapid fire bolt weapon is any bolt weapon. They're really going strong on this, what bolt weapons are with the rapid fire type. I think are they new, Dom, or is that?
It's basically what we've seen before. I mean, the bike keyword is missing. They don't have any bike, so it's the only difference.
Yeah, okay, and you got your standard plague weapons as normal.
I mean, it specifically points out all Death Guard units without cultists or Poxwalker keywords gain those abilities, so it's just being clear that Poxwalkers don't get them.
Yeah, it seems that in this book specifically, they've been quite clear on all three armies so far, haven't they, about what it affects, which is, I think, a step up from W of what they've previously done. Yeah,
it's good because it's quite strange because like Poxwalkers have the Astartes keyword and stuff. So I don't know why and so have cultists, but I don't know why they didn't just get rid of that. But
so we've got the normal rules of relics, and we've got some new relics.
Yeah.
We've got the Ague Stone, Lord of Contagion model only. Subject 1 from the strength characteristic of any models whilst within 3 inches of this model of your army with this relic. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's similar to that one we were talking about before, where it's debuffing your opponent's strength. It can make a difference if you can get them down to strength 3 versus 6. There's ways of like buffing toughness with psychic powers in Death Guard, so you can, if you combo the two of those together, it could be used.
Cool. We've got the All-Waver, which is a model equipped with a Bale Sword only. This relic replaces the Bale Sword with the following profile, so it makes it +1 strength, -3.
Yeah, just fed it out a bit there. But yeah, I think the key thing with this is that you can't take invulnerable saves against it. Nice. Because it's, especially with the AP -3, and the fact that it's a plague weapon, I mean, you're going to like chew through Primaris with this pretty easily, I would think. Alright, but like other, like Space Marine characters with Storm Shields and captains with the Halos, like that.
Or custodians with their bundles sitting there.
True, yeah.
Or Harlequins and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, the invuln thing's really good.
Anything that relies on invulns, it's a good take against, because Bile Swords, are they only on Demon Princes, is it?
No, Bale Sword, you can take one on a Chaos Lord or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but putting that on a Demon Prince could be quite tasty. Him flying up buying bun.
Yeah, I'll just check. I don't think they can take Bale Swords. I think the name of their sword's somewhat different. I think.
To know it, the Chaos Space Marine book, it's a Hell Forged, so what? Well, I don't know what it's called under the Death Guard one.
Yeah, I think it's this. Hellforged sword. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just for. I think it's just for like Chaos Lords, Terminator Lords, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's good.
So we got the Demon's Toll, Noxious Bright Bringer model only, models in friendly Death Guard units, excluding cats. So I've noticed this. They put this bracketed in quite a lot, excluding cultists and cloakwalkers. Have a 5-up invulnerable save whilst their unit is within 7 inches of the model from this army. That's not bad, given everything a 5-up invuln save, literally within 7. And I like the word of 7 inches rather than 6 compared to everyone else, which is quite nice.
Yeah, everything's in groups of 7. It's quite nice, really. There's like, I think there's like 28 stratagems or something. It's all like multiples of 7, and which is quite good. This is quite significant on stuff like Hell Brutes, which don't have an invuln save normally. Also things like the Predator tanks or the Forge World Takari and stuff like that. It's good to have an invuln save on.
Yeah, I tend to take a spell that gives me a 6-inch aura of 5-up invuln. It's really nice, especially if you don't get that first turn. It just gives you that little. So once you've got the first turn through, because obviously if you're not going first, you hide, and then on your second turn you probably come out to shoot stuff, and it just gives you that little extra thing that someone's not going to chew through your troops with -3 and -4 AP stuff. It's quite nice.
The other one actually is Chaos Spawn is quite a good one to put this on.
Yes.
It's like an aura thing. You can have like you could get 3 units of 5 Chaos Spawn, sit this guy in the middle of it, because they're only like 20 points each now. So that'd be like 300 points plus the cost of this guy. So like about 350 points there, and then you'd have how many 20? You'd have like 60 wounds to get through. Then 60 plus 5 wounds with a 5-up invuln save. And
don't talk to me about the spawn. My battle that's coming out soon, guys, actually has Sam using 2 units of them, and it took me a lot. And these were knights, bear in mind, shooting them to get rid of them. And when I got too close, they turned around and ripped an armature to pieces. So
the nice little good pieces of kit spawn.
Yeah, they're good.
Sam,
they're underrated.
Alright, don't be using that. So, the Epidemic's Blade, model equipped with a Hellforged sword. Okay, Demon Princes now. We talked about this. Replace this with the following profile. So again, +1, -2, 3 damage. It's a plague weapon again, and when resolving its attacks, weapons with this have unmodified hit roll of 6, an additional hit. So if you're playing against Marines, isn't that +2 extra hits because you get the False Emperor as well?
Yeah, it's
Imperium, yeah.
So
Death to the False Emperor.
That could be nice.
Yeah, that'd be nasty. The main thing with this is whether you take it over the claws or not, because you get the extra attacks with the claws. But I think if you're in a situation where you're against an Imperium army, that could.
I know it's on 6s, but still, if you could roll it through 6s, that's a lot of extra attacks. Okay, so the next one is the Putrid Prepret, which is Psycho model only. A model with the relic knows 1 additional psychic power once in each of your psychic phases. After a psychic power is resolved that was manifested by this model with this relic, the model can regain up to D3 wounds. So that's not bad. If you know you're going to carry something to survive, an extra power.
Again, it'd be quite good on a Demon Prince, because what I normally have a bit of difficulty with is the psychic powers in Death Guard are pretty good. So, and there's 2 that are particularly good. So if you take like a Chaos Lord and a Psyker, the whatever the naval one's called.
Malignant Plague Caster, is it?
That's the one, yeah. Yeah, so you can cast 2. So if you chose like a Demon Prince instead of that, you get the rerolls like you would get from the Chaos Lord, but you can only cast like one of the two really good powers. So with this on a Demon Prince, it kind of negates the need to get a Chaos Lord and the Sorcerer as well. You can kind of get it all in one package.
And to regain wounds by just doing it as well, which
and
is always helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, so again, I think it's another decent relic, to be honest.
It's certainly very plaguey, Death Guardy, kind of like regaining stuff or doing stuff, which is quite cool. So the next one is Worm Spitter, model equipped with a bolt pistol only. This relic replaces a bolt pistol and has the following profile: 15-inch range, pistol 1, strength 5, AP2, -1. Has quite a few abilities, so let's go through them. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, if a hit is scored, the target is corroded until the end of the turn. When resolving an attack with units weapon by a friendly Death Guard model against a corroded unit, that weapon gains Plague Weapon ability for that attack. Now, I don't know how many guns you bring, Dom, that aren't Plague Weapons. Would that really be effective?
Yeah, at first look, it kind of looks a bit crap, but if one of the better Death Guard builds at the moment kind of revolves around like Deredejos and Contemptors, and they're all firing Butcher Cannons, which aren't Plague Weapons. So if you got, if you could, the only thing is getting someone within 15-inch to shoot at a target. So if you can give like all your Butcher Cannons Plague Weapon, it's really powerful. Especially if you've got the Arch Contaminator Warlord trait nearby, so they can like re-roll all the wounds. It's
that puts it into perspective, I guess. Is it a situational thing? Like, it's purely on your list build, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, you kind of have to build towards it. And the biggest problem is that 15-inch range, because it's a bolt pistol. Yeah, he's got to replace a bolt pistol, so you can't put it on a Terminator. So you can't teleport it in. We don't have anything with jetpacks either, or jump packs. So you basically got to put it on a Sorcerer or a Chaos Lord. I mean, there is a. Sorry, go on.
With that sort of range, that list build you're talking about is not really built for that list, is it? Because that sort of list, you wouldn't want to be going that close to be doing that to get the reroll ones, I guess.
No, not really.
To get closer, but then what does it really buff?
Yeah, I mean, you could get a sort of workaround where you can sort of swap out powers, get like your Sorcerer walk timed up the field and do it that way maybe. But it's a few moving parts. It'd be good if you get it off, but it's hard to do.
It's one of them that sounds cool, but it takes a lot of work to get going.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're into the stratagems now with Death Guard, which is quite cool. So we've got Plague Chosen, use a stratagem before the battle. So basically it's the one that added an extra Warlord trait, isn't it? So it's the standard with most people. Harbinger of Nurgle, use a stratagem before the battle. Select one Lord of Contagion and unit from your army until the end of the battle. That unit has the following ability: Harbinger of Nurgle, reroll hit rolls of 1 for attacks made with models in friendly Death Guard units, whilst they're within 6. That's pretty good. Reroll 1s, but don't you get that with Plague? Well, you get that with Plague Weapons anyway, but
it's reroll 1s to hit, so that's basically the Chaos Lord buff that you get to add on to a Lord of Contagion. It's kind of weird because you'd think like the Lord of Contagion would have that anyway, but they don't. So I think it's another way of looking at it is if you added like all the benefits that a Lord of Contagion gets to a Chaos Lord, would you think it was worth 1 CP? And I think it probably would be. So another thing.
Back in the first turn as well.
Yeah. Can I just check Typhus? I think Typhus has got the Lord of Contagion keyword as well, so you could actually put it on Typhus. It'd be quite useful with him, like in a big blob of those zombies that he likes so much. Giving them all reroll 1s to hit. Saves you getting a Chaos Lord.
1 CP to gain for your whole game isn't too bad, really.
No, that's quite good. I'll probably use that.
So the next one is again 1 CP. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when a Plague Marines unit from your army is chosen to shoot with until the end of that phase. Bolt weapons models in that unit are equipped with gain the following abilities: Plague Weapon, When resolving an attack made with this weapon against the infantry unit on an unmodified wound roll of 1. Like an Eldar thing.
Yeah.
Minus a 4 for 6s to wound. I try so hard with my Night Spinners and it rarely pulls off.
Yeah, I mean, giving them plague weapon is quite a big buff. Being able to potentially re-roll all your wound rolls is pretty strong. This is kind of like the first of many buffs to plague marines through these stratagems, where if you stack them all together, it could be pretty potent, but you'd have to fork off a lot of command points for it.
But that would work with that relic gun as well, making the contagion thing, so that would be quite cool. Soul Harvest. Use this stratagem in your fight phase when a Death Guard Demon Prince model in your army is equipped with a dynamic axe or Hellforged sword is chosen to fight with. Until the end of the phase, add 3 to that model's attacks characteristic, and only infantry units can be chosen. Well, to be fair, most time I've seen Demon Princes are hitting infantry.
Yeah, they chew through infantry pretty well. I don't know about this one. You've got to use the axe or the sword, which are not really as good as the claws, to be honest. The main advantage of the claws is it gives you extra attacks, which is why people tend to choose it. So in this one, you're getting the extra attacks, but you've got to pay CP for it. So, I don't think this is that good, to be honest.
That sounds fair. So the next one is Foul Gush. Some cool names coming out here. 1 CP. Use this strategy in the shooting phase when a foul bright spawn model from your army is chosen to shoot with. Until the end of that phase, when rolling to determine the number of attacks made with a plague sprayer by that model, roll 1 additional d6 and discard one dice addition until the end of that phase. Determine the strength characteristic of that weapon, roll 1 additional. See, I think that's pretty cool. Rolling 2d6 to determine strength and 2d6 to determine the shots, and then discard the lowest.
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever played against the foul black spawn, and when you spy your rolls with these, they can take out knights and all sorts. They're kind of ridiculous. But yeah, the main problem with them is you do have that randomness. In that last tournament of yours, actually, the last guy I played against, all I needed to do to win was kill this one unit, and I had 3 of these foul black spawns to do it, so I thought, right, no problem at all. And I just rolled 1s and 2s for the shots every time, and then I rolled like 3s and 4s for the strength, and anyway, I ended up not killing it, just because of how random they are. And, in the gates, this would have won me the game in that situation.
I think anything that's a random gun tends to be quite strong. If it peaks, so if you can force the peak for 1 CP, I think that's quite cool.
Yeah, it's not bad. I can see myself.
The D6 additional attacks, that would probably be worth it on its own, but to determine the strength as well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's decent.
Again, GW put in low CP to get people to use them, which is quite cool. So Relentless Follies, 1 or 2 CP. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when a Death Guard infantry unit from your army is chosen to shoot with. Until the end of that phase, bolt guns and bolt gun profile of combi weapons equipped will have attack characteristic rapid fire 2. In addition, until the end of the phase, combi bolters models in that unit are equipped with have attack characteristic rapid fire 3. So basically, what you're saying is if you shoot a horde army with some infantry Death Guard and stack it with some other stratagems, they're going to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it's bolter shots, but yeah, I mean, it's up in the number of shots. I think you could see, dropping down with a bunch of like 10 Terminators and unloading, what would it be, 60? 60 bolt shots. I mean, that's pretty strong.
Only just 60.
See, personally, I'd try and get your Plague Marines into range and use the stratagem that's just next to it, the Virulent Rounds, which give you the 6s doing -4 AP.
Yeah, stick them both on.
Yeah, because
Veterans the long war on.
3 CP for 40 shots, and then the 6 is to wound or -4 AP.
Yeah, you can stack Veterans of the Long War on +1 to wound. You can sort of keep stacking it up and make it really, really nasty.
Yeah, that's quite nice, but obviously quite a lot. But as I think it's the same as the adaptive custodes. If you put a couple of things together, it could be quite strong. But you got to get that situation where you could drop them all together and fire off, and you have the CP for that stratagem at the same time.
Yeah, you're looking about 4 CP altogether. So,
could be.
But if you can, yeah, it could be worth it in the right sense.
So the next one is 2 to 3 CP. This is the first 3 CP in this book. Sorry, Dom. Use this stratagem in your opponent's shooting phase. When a Plague Marine unit from your army is chosen to target for an attack, if that unit contains 10 or fewer models, then this stratagem costs 1 points, otherwise it costs 3, until the end of that phase. When making a discuss roll, especially you get you get 4 Feel No Pain, which no wonder it's 3 CP because that's strong.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I mean, it's just on Plague Marines though, isn't it? You can't use it on the Terminator.
But then Plague Marines could have that relic nearby that gives them a 5+ and impulse save as well.
Yeah, and I think there's something else. There's another relic later on that the surgeon guy reroll 1s or 2s on discuss.
Yeah,
which that would get pretty horrible at that point.
If you've got an ITC, if you need that unit to stay to get the hold more in your turn and their turn, that's really powerful because you're probably not going to shift them, especially with the new terrain rules as well, with +1s and -1s to hit and all that crap. So so I think that's quite strong. Quite a lot of CP. So I guess it's, do you really want to spend that much CP? But again, 4 Feel No Pain is quite strong. So next one is use this stratagem in the fight phase when a Plague Marine unit from your army is chosen to fight with. Until the end of that phase, when a model in that unit fights, it is equipped with 1 or more Plague Knives, you can make an additional attack. That sounds very situational.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a massive blob of 20 of them, you'd get the most out of it, but a lot of the time you're probably not going to have squads that big, so it's okay.
We'll just go past that one quickly. Creeping Blight. Use this 1 CP, use this stratagem in the fight phase when a Death Guard unit from your army is chosen to fight with. Until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack made by a weapon in that unit, add 1 to the damage roll made for that attack. For any unmodified wound rolls of 6, armor penetration, the characteristic is a weapon is -4. So this is like that other one.
Yeah.
Only in the melee, but better.
Yeah, now, I mean, if you start stacking these together, like the last one on its own is a bit like, but like if you are like, I mean, it would effectively double your attack for most. Well, if you're not on the charge anyway. And then if you are then going to use something like this as well, there's a few others as well. Like there's one coming up that you put on Plague Marines and it gives -1 toughness to enemies.
You could put this on a Demon Prince, couldn't you? Because it's a Death Guard unit.
Yeah, true.
So that's extra damage to his attacks. But actually each dice, it's not overall. And so for all his attacks, he gets +1 damage, and then he gets -4 on his 6s. So that's quite strong.
That's good, isn't it? Yeah. I'd not spotted that actually. I just assumed it was the normal troops, but that's really good.
1 CP. That's like every turn you'll be using that.
Yeah, definitely. If you've got a buffed up Demon Prince, stick it on.
You could pretty much be hitting on 2s and 3s, isn't it? Wounded on 2s and 3s, most things if you're hitting them hard and buffed, and then doing like a lot of damage.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, there's like one of the psychic powers gives you +1 to wound. Or it's unmodified wound rolls, isn't it? But yeah, but still, you can buff up a demon prince to be pretty nasty anyway. So with that on it as well for 1 CP, good.
Till the end of the phase, when taking a morale test for an enemy unit. I don't like these stratagems. I've got them in Ari, and I've never used it because
no, me neither. The morale mechanics are a bit dodgy, really.
Yeah.
Anything that sort of
maybe might change it.
Yeah, I've kind of skipped past that one.
So next one is hypertoxic ting tools. Use this stratagem before the battle. Select 1 plague surgeon model from your army. Until the end of the battle, the model has the following ability: hypertoxic tinctures. Reroll wound rolls of 1 or 2 for attacks made with plague weapons by models in friendly Death Guard units, whilst this unit is within 6 inches. That sounds quite good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, it doesn't specify. It's not in melee or anything like that, is it? So yeah, I mean, you could, if you did that thing with the, giving you Derrida or Buchanan's plague ability, and had this guy sat with them. Yeah, rerolling 1s and 2s is good.
I think it could bring its benefit of 1 CP for the whole game. So next one is use this noxious rupture. Use this stratagem in any phase other than the morale phase when the last model in the Death Guard unit from your army is destroyed. Before removing that model from play, select 1 enemy unit within 3 inches of that model until the end of your opponent's next turn. Resolve an attack made. Again, very situational, but it could help you in mid-game to say you can't shoot that squad that's charging you very well.
Yeah, it's all right. I think there's so many good stratagems. I think you haven't really got. I don't think you'd have the CP to waste on things like this one.
No, it's good in itself, but I think, as you're right, with the other ones that we've already said, they kind of supersede it in terms of what you'd use. If you had loads of CP spare, then maybe. But so next one is Eruption of Filth. Use this stratagem when a Death Guard Terminator model from your army is destroyed. Before removing that model from play, roll 1d6. For each unit within 7 that does not have the Nurgle keyword on, 4+ that unit being rolled for suffers a mortal wound. Again, it's like that one before in it, but for Terminators, it's even more specific.
Yeah, it's a bit shit that you 1 CP to have a 50% chance of scoring mortal wound. I mean, maybe if your Terminator was surrounded by 10 units, but it's not going to happen often.
And then we've got Mutant Strain. Use this stratagem in a fight phase when Poxwalker's unit from your army is chosen to fight with until the end of that phase. When resolving an attack made with a melee weapon by a model in that unit against an infantry unit, an unmodified wound roll of 6 inflicts 1 mortal wound on the target, and the attack sequence ends. And on an unmodified roll of 1, that model stuff. Okay, so you could pretty much kill your own Poxwalkers, but if you've got a whole horde of them hitting a unit, you might lose a few, but you'd probably kill the unit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's alright.
You still got the Disciplinary Sons, you still got your 5-up chance to ignore that as well.
Yeah, true. And yeah, it depends what you're fighting against. One of the problems with Poxwalkers is they don't have anything in the way of AP. So if you're up against Custodes, for example, they would really struggle against 2 upstairs. In that sort of situation, this would be probably quite useful because you would get some wounds through then at least. But otherwise, it's, I don't know, probably not worth it.
Okay, so we've got 2 CP, Miserable Afflictions. Use this stratagem at the start of the fight phase. Select 1 unit, enemy unit, 1 inch from a Plague Marine. unit from your army until the end of the phase. Subtract 1 from the toughness characteristic of models of that unit, whilst not within range of Montorian's tactics. So basically, if you've not got Montorian around, you get that ability. Seems quite a lot of CP for that, really.
Yeah, if that was one point, it's very situational as well. You've got to have a unit of Plague Marines, and they've got to be within an inch of an enemy unit. So you've got to be in combat with Plague Marines. If you're in that situation, you probably want to spend the CP on trench fighters, giving them the extra attacks. And what was the other one?
The 4 -4, and also the Feel No Pain.
So I mean, if you spent all those, so that if you spent those two, and then that as well, that's like 4 CP, and then you spend Veterans of Long War as well. I mean, that's like 5 CP to kind of make them like a Death Star unit. But this is with the use out of those.
Next one is 1 CP, over on Generosity. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when a Death Guard unit from your army, excluding cultists and poxwalkers, is chosen to shoot with. Until the end of that phase, add 6 inches to the range of plague weapons, excluding melee weapons models in that unit equipped with. I like how they excluded melee weapons, because someone's blatantly going to go with my sword can hit you 6 inches away.
This is quite a significant one for grenades particularly, because one of the limitations of those is when you come in from deep strike, you're 9 inches away, so you can't fire your flamers, you can't throw grenades, but now you can basically.
Nice that, and it's 1 CP.
Yeah, it's cheap, especially because the Death Guard have got the stratagem where you can have everybody in the unit a grenade, a blight grenade, which is the plague weapon. So you can throw those 12 inches now. And yeah, I mean, if you've ever been on the receiving end of one of those, it's possible to sort of drop in some Plague Marines from is it a Charybdis or something? One of the Chaos drop pods.
Yeah, the Dreadclaw drop pod.
Yeah, so you could jump out a bunch of Plague Marines and throw 10 grenades at a unit, and I mean, you can pretty much destroy anything at that point.
You drop down a blight spawner.
The one with the flamer?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can put it in a drop pod.
But if you tied that up with the 2d6 range, hits, 2d6 strength, and then the extra 6 inches, that could be quite nasty.
Yeah. If you were putting the other one on it. I mean, there's actually there's a relic version of that flame. So if you were going to do for one of the Legion types, if you were going to do that, you would stick it on that. I think. Oh, I mean, the other thing is like a unit of teleporting Terminators dropping in. If you put flamers on them, that's another possibility.
That's a good one. That one, I think. So the next one is Fire Fever. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase after you've declared how you will split your shots with a Hellbeat model from your army that is equipped with 2 ranged weapons until the end of the turn phase. If the model shoots all of its weapons at the same target when resolving an attack made by that model, you can reroll a hit roll. So basically, you're getting for 1 CP. You can reroll its hit rolls if you shoot the same unit. It's not bad.
It's alright. Yeah, I mean, you can stack that with Fire Frenzy, which means if he doesn't move, he can fire his weapons twice. So if you've got that on a last cannon missile launcher, Hellbrute, firing twice, rerolling his hits, it's not bad.
I do like all the reroll hit stuff they've put in this book is reroll hits. Sorry, reroll the hit roll.
Oh, reroll the hit roll, yeah.
So it includes everything. So which is quite nice.
It gets around the minuses to hit issue, doesn't it? Yeah.
Not reroll failed misses and stuff like that. So it's quite cool. So for 1 CP, you've got Parasitic Fumes. Use your stratagem at the end of your movement phase. Select one Mythletic Blight Hauler from the army until the end of that turn, and when an attack is allocated to an enemy model within 7 inches of that unit, improve the armor penetration of that weapon that attack is being made by 1. So within 7 inches they get an extra -1 AP. It's not too bad.
Yeah. Again, this could combo quite well with the Derrideo build with the Butcher Cannons, because one of the main weaknesses of Butcher Cannons is they've only got an AP of -1. So making those -2 is good. I keep going on about Derrideos and Contemptors and the other one, the big chunky one. Leviathan, that's it, thank you. Yeah, they're all good in the Death Guard Codex because they get they can move and shoot heavy weapons without penalty. I don't know what's going to happen with that though in 9th, because everyone can get that anyway.
Yeah.
That's what makes them good for Death Guard, so that's why you see them a lot in Death Guard armies.
Okay, so for the next one we've got Life Eater for 1 CP. Use this stratagem in the fight phase when a Death Guard unit from the army is chosen to fight with until the end of that phase. When resolving an attack made with a plague weapon by a model in that unit, any unmodified roll of 6 automatically scores a hit and successfully wounds the target. If you know you're going to get a lot of attacks, that could be quite good.
Yeah, this could be good. I'm assuming the plague flails are plague weapons. They must be. Flail the corruption plague weapon. Yeah. So they'd be good with those, like a Terminator squad or a Plague Marine squad with flails in it.
Yeah, I just think anything these sort of things that on a 6 is you just need weight of dice really for it to really pay its worth.
Yeah.
So the next one we've got Accelerated Entropy, 1 CP, use the stratagem before the battle, set 1 Plague Pulse Crawler model from the army until the end of the battle. Infantry cannons that model and all friendly Plague Burst Crawlers models within 7 of that model are equipped with have the following abilities: Plague Weapon, when resolving an attack made with this one. So this could really work with that pistol, making something contagion, and then that gets all them buffs. That's quite nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite mad about this because none of my Plague Burst Crawlers have entropy cannons, and they've all got the flamers on them because they were a bit crap before. This makes them really good though. Giving them
1 and 2, 3 as well.
Yeah, and giving them plague weapons, so re-rolling wounds, and the fact that it's 1 CP, put it on one Plague Burst Crawler, and then it affects you can affect 2 other Plague Burst Crawlers, so you're effectively able to put that on 3 Plague Burst Crawlers for 1 CP, and you do it at the beginning of the battle. It's not even like per turn; it lasts for the whole battle, so it's a really good stratagem that.
And a lot of Death Guard people bring them, don't they? So
Yeah. I mean, they're good. They're just good tanks anyway. There's toughness 8 with 5 up invuln and a feel no pain, disgustingly resilient. They're just really hard to shift.
So yeah, that looks like it could pair up with a lot of the stuff that we talked about in Plague Weapons in the ones before. So yeah, I like these stratagems. A lot of them can really combo well. Some stratagems at the moment are single use, and that's it really. And there's the odd combos. Whereas I think from the Custodes to Sister Silencers and Death Guard, they all have very mini little combos that you could have. So for the last one, we've got 1 CP, use a stratagem before the battle, select 1 Death Guard unit, excluding Cat's Cultists.
You're gonna get Jason. Sorry, I didn't.
Sorry, yeah,
hear
sorry.
Yeah, basically gives disgustingly resilient to a unit.
Yeah.
So there are quite a few units in the Codex that don't have disgustingly resilient, which is a bit weird. But yeah, this gives it to them for a CP, which is pretty good. So like notable ones like the Chaos Spawn unit we were talking about earlier.
Oh no! Don't give them that. With 5 of them done. Then
5 of them on, and this as well. Yeah, it's
Well, that makes them an auto taking ITC, because that's your sappers or your. You could even make them sappers, Sam, and sit them outside of your deployment zone, and they're still not going to die.
Yeah. How about, again, looking just outside the codex at the lovely Forge World stuff? 'Cause it's just a Death Guard unit, or maybe a Leviathan.
Yeah. Fire Raptor.
Oh,
yeah, Fire Raptor gunship. All that sort of stuff, all the lovelies from the Forge World book.
Yeah, Defiler. Actually, in the codex itself, and you could put it on a Land Raider, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, you're taking that.
And you're going to get that CP back after your second turn as well, anyway. So, well.
Yeah. What about that? Is it an Achilles? Can the Death Guard? I think the Death Guard can get Achilles Land Raiders, can't they?
I believe so. Yeah.
So they've got a 4-up invuln save, and then they'd have 5-up discussing resilient as well. That'd be pretty horrible.
Certainly would.
Basically, penguins are going to just sit there and not move. The Death Guard, sorry. So if you so you've got your plague companies. So if your army's battle forged and includes a Death Guard detachment, you can set which plague company of each of those detachments belong to from the 7 listed below on the following pages. If you do, all Death Guard units, so basically you're gaining a little keyword thing. For example, if your Death Guard detachment contains a Lord's Contagion unit and 2 units of Plague Marines, a unit of Poxwalkers, and you decide that attachment is from a Ferryman, all those units except the Poxwalkers would gain. Yeah, so it's just a little bit of wording to properly say what it is. So Warlord traits, you've got a new one here. If an army is led by a Death Guard Plague Company Warlord, you can give the relevant plague. Yes, you can give a relic from here rather than the Death Guard Codex, which is not bad. And then you can use the stratagems for plague companies. So again, Death Guard I think have gained a lot here.
Yeah.
So we've got the Harbingers. Their Warlord trait is when enemy infantry model is destroyed as the result of an attack made with a melee weapon by this Warlord, add one model to the friendly Harbinger's Poxwalk unit within 7 of this Warlord. You must pay reinforcement points for each model that you add to that unit. That would increase the unit above its strength. So that's not bad. You could basically bring back a Poxwalker, couldn't you, when it dies?
Yeah, for free. Yeah. I mean, you could do, if you wanted to save the reinforcement, you could you could have units of 20, but it's okay.
And then the relic that comes with it doesn't seem that it's all right. A grenade weapon, 2d3 shot, strength 5, AP 2, -2. When resolve an attack with this weapon, do not make the hit roll. Automatically scores a hit. So it's not too bad.
No, it's weird. It's kind of like a 6-inch flamer in that regard because it automatically hits.
But it's that. I suppose. Roll.
It's what? Sorry.
It's 2d3, so you could roll 2 1s, and you're not going to do much.
I mean, you could do the overwhelming generosity, is it? The one that gives you plus 6-inch range on plague weapons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's alright.
And then for stratagems, specifically for them, they've got use this before the battle, select 1 Hydra Poxwalker unit from your army for 1 command point, or 2 Hydra Poxwalker units for 3 command points. You can set up selected units underground instead of setting them up on the battlefield at the inhibiting phase. So yeah, you get to just basically deep strike from the underground anywhere, which is not too bad if you want to flood the board.
No, it's pretty good if you're going to use Tarkus, because Tarkus company, I think, isn't it? Generally, if you use Tarkus, you're either going to teleport him in which case he's going to be sort of on his own because the Poxwalkers are too slow to catch up to him. Or you're going to start him on the table with the Poxwalkers and sort of fudge him up the field, but he's got like a movement of 4. So, I mean, what this potentially lets you do, get around that by sort of deep striking the 2 big units of Poxwalkers and then deep striking Tarkus in a bit further up, but it's alright.
Yeah, it seems this is very much around Poxwalker, this company. And use this stratagem. The next one is use this stratagem in a fight phase when the last model in the hard unit from your army is destroyed. The result of the attack, the unit containing the model that made the attack suffers D3 mortal wounds. So it's like that explosion and the auto mortal wounds for 6. If you tied all these together for quite a lot of CP, obviously, it could do some damage, but I think it's a combo based thing. It doesn't seem like if you ran that it's going to do well for you without using the combos.
No, it might be okay if you're in one of those situations where, you're in combat with a knight or something and it's down to like 2 hit points, and it's very situational. It could be used. Not really.
We've got the next one, the Inexorable. Warlord trait is Beric Blight. When resolving an attack made with a weapon by a friendly Inexorable model against an enemy vehicle, unit within 7 inches of this Warlord, improve the armor AP characteristic by 1. So I think that's pretty crap, to be fair. Just adding 1 extra AP for a whole Warlord trait. There's certainly better ones out there.
Yeah.
I don't know
yeah. Yeah, it's alright. I mean, if you can... I'm just thinking the butcher cannons again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I guess if you've got a lot of stuff around him in 7 inches, then I guess you could benefit quite a lot, but...
Yeah, it's not bad.
So the relic is when a model is destroyed as a result of an attack made with a melee weapon by a model from your army with this relic. One friendly intelligence variable model within 18 regains up to 1 lost wound. Each model from your army can only regain up to 3 lost wounds per turn. That's extremely situational, isn't it? And having a vehicle within 18 inches of a melee combat.
Yeah, one friendly. Yeah, regains up to 1 lost wound each model.
You're going to have a vehicle that's within 18 inches of that melee combat, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's some like one build where you have like a demon prince, 3 float drones flying up the field to get like buffing each other and stuff. You'd be within 18 inches then, but again, it's situational.
And then next stratagems, 1 CP, use this stratagem.
Just lost you again, Jason.
Sorry, I'm getting used to this, mate. Set 3 vehicles under that company, units from your army. Until the end of that phase, those units gain Exorbitant ability, which is obviously something from the current codex.
Yeah, so this is basically like their chapter tactics. So infantry and hell brutes can like fire heavy weapons without penalty. But yeah, the vehicles don't get it. So this basically gives that ability to the vehicle.
But you get it now in 9th.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, at the moment that's good because it's like 1 CP for 3 vehicles. Putting that on like 3 blight haulers is good, but yeah, you're getting it anyway soon. So
and use this stratagem in your opponent's charge phase when a unit from this company from your army is chosen as a target of a charge declared an infantry unit. Subtract 2 from the charge roll. So making for 1 CP, trying to make a charge harder. I don't think that company's adding too much, really.
No, if we didn't know that in 9th edition you were going to get those rules anyway, that would make that Legion better. But as it is, you're just going to get all those rules anyway.
Yeah. So next one is Morteran's Anvil. When resolving an attack made against this warlord, an unmodified wound roll of 1 of 3 always fails. That is a good warlord trait.
Yeah, it's like the Space Marine strat into the I can't remember the names of the strat. The one where you can only get wounded on a 4+.
Yeah, the Custodians had it as well, didn't they?
Yeah, the physiology one.
For a warlord trait, as permanently having that's pretty good, especially on your warlord.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, on something like a Demon Prince, I think they're like toughness 6 anyway, so...
Especially when you face like a character that's hitting you on 2, you should be like, well, it's like facing an infantry unit now.
Yeah, it's to win, isn't it, rather than...
Yeah.
It's not to hit, is it? But yeah.
To win. So they would have to rely on weight of dice rather than strength of weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
So their relic is Talisman, model only. When resolving an attack made with a melee weapon by a model in a Mortorian's anvil unit from your army within 7 inches of a friendly model with this relic, and a modified hit roll of 6 scores 1 additional hit. Now, I think if you paired that up with again, this works with that CP strat and this and the Demon Prince. Isn't that, and facing Imperium? That's on a 6. That's 3 extra hits.
Oh yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
That's insane. Like, what's the total amount of hits you could get then if you rolled 6s?
Off the top of my head, I mean, yeah, I think with a Death Guard one, you can get about 8 attacks with charge. So if those 8 attacks were all 6s, yeah.
Well, you're looking at probably at least 2 of them are 6s on average.
Yeah.
1 to 2. So that's an extra 6 attacks. If you get 2 6s, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And the Warlord trait with that company is not bad either. So there's 2 good things to take that company. So for the stratagem, use this stratagem in your opponent's shooting phase when the Mortorian's army Terminator for unit from your army is chosen as a target for an attack unit. Until the end of that phase, and resolve an attack made with a weapon against this unit, reduce the damage characteristic of that weapon by 1 to a minimum of 1. So it's basically like a serpent shield. If that unit contains 5 or fewer models, this stratagem costs 2 CP. So if you've got 5 Terminators and people hitting you with 2 damage weapons, that's not bad.
Yeah, when you choose the unit from your own chosen as a target for an attack. So if someone says, right, I'm going to shoot overcharged plasma guns at your unit, if you know that it's doing 2 damage, then that's basically going to halve the number of casualties you take. So yeah, if you know what's shooting at you, that could be pretty good. It is a bit pricey though, 3 CP for,
or 2 if it's less than 5. But yeah.
Yeah.
So next one is Reflex Assault. Use this stratagem in your opponent's charge phase. Select 1 Mortarian army unit, infantry unit from your army until the end of the phase. That unit can perform a hero. So basically, giving an infantry unit hero character, which again, this is very situational. But so that company there is not bad. The stratagems are very situational, but the relic and the Warlord trait is pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's kind of based around like the Black Lord Terminators would be best suited for that. But yeah, one's a stratagem just for Terminators anyway, but the other's infantry units. So I think they're like your best combat unit. Imagine you've got a possessed as well.
Yeah. Imagine them being heroically intervening and stuff. That could be quite nasty. So the next one is the Wretched. Their Warlord trait is Eater Plague. When an enemy model is destroyed as a result of an attack made with a melee weapon by this Warlord regains up to 1 lost wound. That's not bad. You could sit there gaining 3 wounds per turn by killing stuff. Per phase.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. So if it's got a gun and or psychic. So if it got psychic, gun and melee, that's 9 wounds you can regain a turn. That's
yeah, I'm thinking Demon Prince again, because they've got the most wounds, so they can benefit more from it, and they're going to kill stuff in the psychic phase and the melee phase and the spell phase. So yeah, pretty good on a Demon Prince.
Next relic is the Demon's Favour. Malignant Plague Cluster model only. A model from your army with this relic replaces its Pestilence Fallout ability with the following. After resolving a psychic power manifest by this model in a result. That power that was less than 7, the result enemy unit within 7 of this model suffers 1 mortal wound. In addition, if the result of the psychic power test was 7 or more, so it's 1 enemy unit within 7 of this model and suffers D3. So basically, you get a free smite with a psychic power.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you cast smite on a enemy within 7 inches, and you roll more than 7. You're doing 2d3 mortal wounds. It's not bad.
That could hurt. Or even if you were casting, what's the strength one that you can do? Most people cast on a demon prince. You cast that, and then you have more wounds around you. That's not bad.
Yeah. It's like if you're close enough, it's like a free night in it every time you cast something.
It's after a psychic power. So if you cast 2 or 3, boom. That's a lot of death models.
And your demon prince is a oh no, it's got to be a malignant playcaster only, hasn't it? So yeah.
One wretched character from your army that has not performed a demonic ritual this turn. This unit can perform a demonic ritual as if it was the movement phase and that model had not moved, regardless of whether or not it had arrived as reinforcements this turn. In addition, until the end of the turn, when that unit performs a demonic ritual, roll 1d6 for the summoning roll and add 7 to the result.
It's summoning, and it's not a very popular thing to do. I do like the fact that you can. One of the big downsides about summoning is that you can't move. You do it, so it does actually mean you could deep strike in if you were like a sorcerer in Terminator armor or something. You could deep strike in and then summon something, which would be okay if you were going to summon. But I don't know. Most people don't bother summoning.
I think nowadays, though, with 9th edition, if you want to keep yourself to land attachment, summoning might become a little bit more prevalent.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And adding 7 to the result as well is quite nice. Use this stratagem before the battle for 1 CP. Select 1 wretched psyker from your model or from your army until the end of the battle. When a psychic test is taken for this model, you can reroll 1 of the dice. You can so basically, they get to reroll. This is like a superpowered Eldar Farseer helm. You can reroll a dice for every test you do.
Yeah, that's really good. And it's any psyker, isn't it? So you put that on the Demon Prince.
Yeah, that's quite nice. And I like that it's every psychic test, not just one.
There's a lot of these stratagems that you use at the start of the battle, and then you get the results of the rest of the battle, which I like. I think you get a lot more for your command points that way.
So here we got the Poxmongers. It's obviously going to be about a certain thing. When resolving the Warlord trait is when resolving an attack with a melee weapon by a friendly Poxmongers model against an enemy infantry unit, whilst the model unit is within 7 inches of the wall, they improve the armor penetration characteristic. So again, it's another buffing AP around them, isn't it? They've used that a couple of times now.
Yeah. Oh, it's just melee weapons, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the relic is Ironclot Furnace. Models in Poxmonger Demon Engine units from the army have a 4+ invulnerable save, whilst their unit is within 7 inches of a friendly model of this relic. So if you've got a lot of Demon Engine models, that sounds good.
That is insanely powerful, right? Because the Plague Burst Crawlers that we were talking about earlier are Demon Engines. So, we were talking about how insane they were with Toughness 8.
Yep.
5 up Invuln, 5 up Feel No Pain. So giving them a 4 up Invuln is nasty as anything. The other thing you can do, the Mythic Blight All, is you can get their Demon Engines. So I don't know if you've seen the army that I brought to one of your tournaments, Jason.
I think I played you.
Really? Yeah, the 3 units of 3 Blight Haulers. Was that the game I played you?
No, I played with your other big things with the portals on the back.
Oh yeah, that was the Zinch one, wasn't it? Yeah, so I've actually got 9 Mythic Blight Haulers, also like 3 units of 3. So yeah, on them, just having them within 7 inches of a character, you could get all 3 units. It's just it's such a massive boost that.
So
You
could
can also-
Lord, couldn't you? And he could just buff everything around him, and he moves quickly.
I don't think you can put it on a... Right, yeah, you don't get Disco Lords and... They can't get them, unfortunately, so you couldn't give them the relic. But what you could do is one of the Warlord traits, one of the old Warlord traits... is it a Warlord trait? No, it's a relic. No, I thought you could stack something that boosts the range of your abilities, but it's a relic, so... Yeah, but still, 7 inches is pretty fair.
Big aura, isn't it?
Since, yeah. I mean, you've got like 14 inch either side of a model there, so...
Yeah. And on the size of the boards, that's quite big. So the stratagems to go with that is 1 CP, use this stratagem in your shooting phase. That's a demon engine from that company, unit from that army. So at the end of that phase, that unit can shoot in a turn in which it fell back. Now that's really strong, because there's rumours in 9th that falling back, even if you've got fly, they cannot shoot.
Okay.
I saw a rumour go around in one of the groups today, and so far all but 2 of them have come out as previews. So it's quite likely that it could be a thing, that falling back means you cannot shoot. And obviously, unless you've got stuff like, I guess, Ultramarines and stuff like that, will still be able to. But that could be quite strong. You could get into combat, fall back, shoot.
Yeah, well, the big tank things, they're always kind of getting completely like negated by something getting into combat with it. And then, yeah, you just have to keep withdrawing because you can't do anything with it. But I mean, they'll be miles better anyway, because actually you could just stay in combat and shoot anywhere, can't you? With tanks now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you'd even need to bother falling anywhere, but I don't know, some situations you might need to.
And then for the last one they've got is use this stratagem in the fight phase when an enemy model is destroyed as a result of an attack made by one of the demon engines in this company. Unit from your army, and 1 model in that unit can regain up to D3 wounds. So 1 CP to gain D3 wounds after killing something, potentially. Okay.
Yeah, it's alright. I think, I mean, I would take this this company anywhere just for that relic, because for that particular build of Death Guard army that I've got, it really make a big difference.
But if they've got melee stuff, if you put the Warlord trait on the character that's got the relic, that's... So not only have they got a 4-up invuln, they've got -1 AP to their attacks as well in combat. That's a nice little buffer. I guess you'd want to get the most out of the company if you were using it.
Yeah, probably.
So the next one is the Ferryman. The Warlord trait is the Droman. When a morale test is taken for any units within 12 inches of the Warlord, add 2 to the result. Sounds good on paper because you're adding 2, but as we all know, how often does this
morale in
play? It might make Custodes have to take a test. But
yeah,
you're looking at 6s, aren't you, really, for them to fail with their sort of model count that they have. So the relic is a model equipped to a Plague Reaper only. This relic replaces the Plague Reaper and has the following profile. So it's Plague Reaper personally, but +4, -3, D3. That seems like a decent weapon. It's a Plague weapon, and when resolving an attack with this weapon, any unmodified wound rolls a 6. He inflicts a mortal wound on the target. Now, as a weapon itself, I don't know the actual weapon beforehand. That sounds quite nice.
Yeah, it's decent. The limitation is, I believe a Plague Reaper can only be taken by the Lords of Contagion, so you're kind of limited to one type of model that can take it. But yeah, it's good.
So if you're running strat with the Lords of with Typhus and Poxwing, this is Contagion, not Typhus. Ignore me.
Yeah, you won't.
I'm
just having a Plague Reaper. Yeah, the original stats are +2 strength, -3 AP, -3 damage, so it just gives you a +2 bonus strength.
Yeah.
Which is alright.
Mortals and 6s.
And the mortal wounds, yeah. If you're going to use a lot of Contagion, then yes, okay.
Stratagems are use this stratagem in your shooting phase when a Ferryman Blight Lord Terminator unit from your army is chosen to shoot with until the end of that phase. As we know,
Right.
9th, the caps are being capped. That's not bad.
No. What's nice about that as well, Black Lord Terminators can all take combi plasma. So if you drop in 10 of them, they can actually rapid fire at that endurable red balance they've got. You can rapid fire up to like 18 inches. So yeah, you could drop in and overcharge your plasma with no sort of risk of it blowing up.
And you've got the.
With that plus.
Do they count as infantry?
Yeah.
So you've got that one to give them extra AP if you wanted to. The new, one of the new stratagems. So
Yeah.
There's some combos there.
Yeah, definitely. Was that on shooting? Or was that assault?
Shooting -4 AP, and then you had the melee one, which was the -4, and I can't remember the other. They had 2 statistics for melee. But
Yeah, I mean it's good. +1 to hit is just a really good buff, isn't it?
for 1 CP, you know you're getting that. But if you thought, I could fire that off this turn, the one you gain back this turn, that's a free stratagem if you looked at it that way. For +1 to hit, if you need to shoot something down. 2 CP, use this stratagem at the start of the movement phase. Select one Ferryman unit from your army. So it's just boosting for 2 CP. You're boosting always on your movement phase for a turn.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a use for this. What one until the end of that turn? Yeah, I mean you could stack that with the relic that gives you an extra +3, as well. So
it'd be good if
you
it
could
with your Poxbringer engines, but it doesn't, unfortunately.
Nah. Yeah, it's a different company in it. Yeah, yeah, it's all right.
So we got the last company is Mortarian's Chosen Sons. Their Warlord trait is when resolving an attack made with a melee weapon against the Warlord, subtract 1 from the hit roll when an enemy unit, excluding units that fly, which is a hell of a lot in the 8th at the moment. Within 1 inch of the Warlord falls back, roll 1d6 on a 2 plus that unit stuff. So he's kind of got what everyone wants fallback to be, like a free attack on 2 plus, basically. That's not too bad. If you're going to be in combat a lot, that'd be alright, I guess.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah. This is that plague sprayer I was on about before, yeah.
Model equipped with plague sprayer, only the relic replaces plague sprayer. So 9-inch range, assault 7. Oh my god. And if you increase the range like you said, yeah, that's nasty.
Yeah. Put an extra 6-inch on that, yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's potentially a dead Marine, or at least half a Marine squad.
Yeah, because it's assault as well. You can advance and fire it without any penalty because you're automatically hitting. So it gives you even more threat range.
Yep. And then so they've got 2 1 CP strats. The first one is use a stratagem before the battle. Select 1 Mortarian's Chosen Sons Plague Surgeon model from your army. Until the end of the battle, replace this model tainted American ability with the following. When making a distantly resistant roll for friendly company units, infantry units, model units while this room for inches model, you can reroll 1s and 2. So you, for 1 CP for the rest of the turn, you can basically make infantry models reroll 1s and 2s. And if you use the other stratagem to give it a 4+, that's quite a strong. That unit ain't going to shift very easily.
No. Can you remember? Was it just on Plague Marines?
It was.
Could you do that on Terminators?
Oh no.
Was it?
Let me just go back. It was. It was this one here. Yeah, Plague Marines.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going to have a unit of 20 Plague Marines, you're going to need to keep them alive. So Yeah, you could stack those two.
And it's before the game, so as long as that character's sitting in between them, he ain't going to die anytime soon, and that they're constantly rolling 1s and 2s. Even if you are 5 up for no pain, it's still good.
Yeah. Again, it's a whole battle in it, so that's good value for CP.
I sense a lot of Death Guard stuff is going to spend pre-game.
Yeah.
Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when a Mortarian's Chosen Sons unit from your army is chosen to shoot with until the end of the turn. Sorry, the end of that phase. Sorry, not turn. Plague Belchers, Plague Gauntlets, and Plague Spewers that models in that unit are equipped with have damage characteristic 2. So basically, giving most of your weapons that are in them units damage 2. So if you needed high outburst damage, I guess it would be good for 1 CP.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these things you don't have them in sort of large amounts. I mean, the only thing would be the Plague Spur, the ones that you have on, the Terminators with the scythes. They've got those, so you could drop a unit of 6 in those. And I suppose you'd have to give them that plus 6-inch extra range strat, so they could do it after deep strike, and then that'd be all right. But that's the only way I can think of using them.
Standard name generator now that every faction gets. Now I know this is one that both of you are interested, probably Sam quite a lot because it's one of his favourite characters. So I think there was a lot of expectation for this to be quite good. I know we've all had a pre-read and we obviously it's not that great, but we'll go through it. So the Creations of Bile, if Fabulous Bile is your Warlord units in your army replace, basically they get the new keyword and they replace the previous Legion. And Fabulous Bile just has to be your Warlord. So it's kind of like a HQ tax to run this. So I know how that feels being Yanari. So units and abilities. So anyone in this new company, Legion, gets these. So the Spider's Web. If your army is battleforged, all troops units in the Creations of Bile detachments gain this ability. So it's the same as all the others, isn't it? As if a troop is on the objective, you claim it unless it's another troop, and then it goes down to the number count. Everyone seems to get that. Creations of Bile Legion trait. If an army of battleforged all character infantry, excluding cultist units, biker and helper units, this is a lot, gain this trait below. And the trait is, note that as per Shadow Alloy's rule in Codex Space Marines, Fabulous Bile himself, as well as the fallen units, cannot benefit from the experimental enhancements Legion trait. So they get to add 1 to the movement characteristics and 1 to the Legion trait of anyone who uses it with this trait. It's okay, but it excludes a lot of models.
Yeah, I think it's quite strong. But the models that it's actually going to be used on are not always going to benefit from it that much. I mean, I think Possessed is like the first thing everybody thinks of, but I don't know. I think just on bog standard Chaos Space Marines, it does add a lot to them. Going from strength 4 to strength 5 is a big deal. Berserkers are another. Sorry, go on.
The 1 to movement's not that great though, is it, at the end of the day?
No, the extra movement, apart from on something like Terminators to make them, as mobile as normal stuff, or on bikes to make them movement 15 instead of 14, but again, it's not really going to...
You can't put it on bikes. It says no bikers are excluded.
Does it?
Yeah, that's why I said it excludes cultists,
Oh, no.
biker...
No, it's characters infantry, excluding Chaos Cultists, bikers and Hellbrutes.
Yeah.
So bikes and Hellbrutes do get it, yeah.
Mutilators. I'm desperate to make mutilators.
Don't even speak about mutilators, Dom.
but the worst thing is Bile doesn't get it himself. Why doesn't Bile get this?
Yeah, because he's... Yeah.
That's just like in Yanari saying Yvain, you need, or the Vizark doesn't gain the strength and death ability. That's crazy. It really is.
Yeah, especially seeing though he's literally, nobody knows if it is the real Fabius Bile or not, and he's constantly experimenting on himself and his clones.
True.
I just thought, if you put this on Berserkers with chain axes, so they're strength 5 anyway, aren't they?
Maybe some strength 7.
Yes, so running around with strength 7 Berserkers is a bit mental.
But for me, that does kind of limit what you're going to take in this faction.
Yeah, it's first of all, again, what I was saying earlier in the Custodes review. You're in a Chaos army. You have some of the best choices in your entire army are in the HQ slot. And in 9th edition, where you're very, very limited on what HQ slots you can take without having to cost yourself a load of CP, are you going to want to spend, 90 points on Fabius Bile to unlock this Legion trait to then be able to take this, that, and the other?
Probably not, because as we go through his stats, he's not really that worth it.
No, his stat line's got worse, being that he's lost 1 strength and 2 attacks, but the strength is made up for in his Rod of Torment, which now gets +1 strength. Don't know why they did that, don't know why they give him -1 strength and then +1 strength on his weapon. Just baffles me. But then he does...
They removed the strength, but then he gained the ability to get that strength back.
Yeah. But he hasn't. The True Urgent now makes 3 additional attacks at strength 4 -2, 1. So technically he has gained an attack, but it's at less strength, less damage. And other than that, the only real abilities that he's gained is his little handler, who lets him plus or -1 to what his roll on his enhancement chart. And he also regains D3 wounds at the end of the round, but at toughness 4 with a 3-up save and no invulnerable, I don't think people are going to have too much of a problem shooting 3-5 wounds on him.
No, and also the fact that all his stuff is melee or within really 6 to 18 inches.
Yeah.
He's meant to be up, and he's also got to be within 6 inches of the units you want to buff as well. He's got to be really up and close. Inches
at the end of the movement phase to get his buffs off.
Yeah, so he's got to be up close with his stuff, which is fine. But you don't want to, because he's just going to get, as you said, shot off the board at that sort of range.
Yeah.
Because if you're close, someone could easily make you the closest target.
He's not difficult to snipe, is he?
No.
I mean, I do like the fact that you can now every single time get +1 toughness as your enhancement, because that was always my favourite one anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, to get the most out of him, he needs to be alive for like 6 turns, so you can buff 6 units or something. But
again, it's keeping them units near to him and sort of going through that, because there's only so many units that you can have near him. Keep him safe and have them doing something.
Yeah, it's very difficult to get them.
Strength 7, they're going to want to go flying forward. The Berserkers. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to the relics, because I think we're all in agreement it's a bit of a meh character. He looks absolutely amazing in a model, but game time, we'll see if he gets any game time. So the relics, I think this is quite cool. If the Fabius Bile is your warlord, you can give one of the point refunded. Yeah, like we said on the Custodes, if you've got that spare, that was a CP gain there, but if you got it spare, take it, because especially in 9th with the limited CP, it could be a way of gaining that extra 2 CP during the game. Thing. But being it's a very focused army, I'm not sure that's a great option for them. So the other one is when you give a model this relic, select one bolt, pistol, bolt gun, or combi weapon that the model is equipped with. When a model with this relic shoots with that weapon, you can choose it to fire a hyper growth bolt. If you do, you only make one attack with that weapon, but that attack always wounds on a 2+, unless that targets a vehicle unit and that damage characteristic of 4. So that's not bad. If you've got a really guaranteed weapon that's going to hit, and you can
Damage 4 is nice. There's no AP though.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like again, yeah. If you can ignore the save or get through the save, yes, it's going to nuke something. But okay, maybe taking 4 wounds off a knight could be done. But
Yeah.
it's one of them, and it's
Not worth spending your relic. You've only got a few relics, haven't you? So
yeah.
you've got to make sure they're decent.
The last one is at the start of the turn, a model of this relic regains 1 lost wound. In addition, when resolving an attack against this model, add 1 to the same pro. If I'm honest, you take this on Fabulous Bar, because then he regains more wounds per turn, and he gets...
Well, he can't have it because he's a named character.
Oh yes, crap.
The way you take that is on a Demon Prince. Give it a 2-up save, regain some wounds.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, to make that relic good, and it wouldn't be OP, was to let it affect invulnerable saves. If they let it save plus all saving throws, it wouldn't be OP, but it would make it a good relic.
Yeah, it'll make it decent, at least.
Because as we all know, saving throws don't really count too much. It's all about the invuns nowadays.
Yeah, there's that much AP out there.
+1 in cover and stuff like that, and they're on a 1+. They're still normally taking 5-up saves when you shoot against them. So they've got 2 stratagems. They've got 4 with some more on the back, right? So for the first one is Ephemeris Claws. Use this stratagem in the fight phase when selecting a creation of bile unit. Not cultists to fight until the end of that phase. When resolving an attack with the close combat profile by the model in that unit, and on the modified hit roll of 6 automatic scores a hit and wound. If you tied that with your Berserkers or Possess, that's quite nasty.
But again, I don't see why you would, because you're paying all these points, and part of your Legion trait is to get your strength so high you're wounding everything on 2s. Because after one round of Fabius Bow staying near a unit of Berserkers, you can actually get Berserkers up to strength 8. So you're wounding things on 2s, and then you get some of the wounds through, but for a command point, I mean, possibly, but again, the stuff that you're going to be wanting to use it on, it's not going to be that needed, because they're going to be wounding most things on 3s. It might come into it if you go up against a vehicle, because it doesn't say that it doesn't affect vehicles. So, but again, most of the chaos stuff is unfortunately on the damage 1.
True. So the next one is use this stratagem at the start of any phase. Select one bile infantry unit from your army, excluding cultists again, until the end of the turn when resolving an attack made by an enemy model within 6. So basically it's a -1 to hit them. That could be nice. And it's at any phase, so it's lightning fast reactions for 1 CP for chaos.
Yeah. But you have to be within 6.
Yeah. But if your berserkers are in combat and you want them to survive an extra round, then extra -1 to hit could be nice.
Yeah.
Again, it's situational. I have the same 1 CP. It's not within 6, but for Yanari, but it's situational at times, and it'll be even more situational in 9th with the cap that we have.
Yeah.
So the next one is 1 CP. Use this stratagem at the start of your movement phase. Select one creation of bile.
Yeah, so it's advance and charge in it, +1 to the result.
That's good.
Yeah,
For one
it's
CP?
pretty solid. Yeah, 1 CP. I mean, it is just a Legion trait of. It's just like the Renegade Legion trait, in it? Avenge and charge, but it's not bad though.
Guess it's a way of getting it if you want to play a bile faction.
I suppose you could use it to deep strike something in and add 1 to your charge roll if you wanted to use it that way.
But yeah, it's like so far with all the others, they're okay. They're not good.
Mm.
They're just.
It's just that the other Chaos Legion traits and stratagems are just better, I think.
Compared to Death Guard, these are nothing. And so far, I haven't seen many of these that would work as a really good combo either. So, next one is use the stratagem in your shooting phase or fight phase when a creation is a bolt infantry unit from your army, excluding cultists, that is visible and within 12 inches of your warlord is chosen to shoot or fight with until the end of the phase. When resolving an attack made by a model in that unit, you can reroll a hit roll. Again, you've got to.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you've just got to keep. You just got to be within 12 again, aren't you, of your warlord all the time?
You see, this is what bothers me, because your warlord has to be Fabulous Bile to be a creation as a bile, and then you have to meet all these conditions for 1 command point per shooting phase or fight phase, and Space Marines just get to go, well, there's a chapter master.
Yeah, you do it for the rest of the game. Yeah.
You're not jumping through hoops. It's not limited to 1 phase. It can only be put on 1 model, which has to be Fabulous Bile. It's
only affecting 1 unit to reroll hit, whereas Space Marines is an aura. It's like, can reroll. Yeah, I think it's a good stratagem for the Fabulous Bowl faction, but as you said, you have to jump through hoops just to get it. The next one is 1 CP. Use this stratagem in your opponent's shooting phase when the creation of a bolt infantry unit from your army, excluding cultists, is selected as the target of attacks. Add 1 to the unit's toughness characteristic until the end of turn. Again, it's
just fit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good, but it's just for 1 phase.
Yeah.
Most likely, you'd probably want to play that 2 phases a turn, because you'd probably do it when you're getting shot, just to save them, and then when you're in combat, you'd probably do it again, just to, again, save them. If you tied that with the Fabulous Bowl, adding the toughness as well, you're getting things when you're on 5s and 6s, aren't you, probably, but...
Yeah, I mean, having a toughness 6 berserker unit would be pretty cool, but if it's not for the rest of the game or anything, so it's still a bit.
The next one uses stratagems in a fight phase when a model from an enemy unit is destroyed as a result of attack made with a melee weapon by a model from the creations of bow infantry unit from your army. For the rest of the battle, when taking a morale test with enemy unit models, each model in that unit that was destroyed, that turn is treated as 2 models. So for every model you kill with 2. Now, if you're against a horde, that's a dead squad probably, but we don't know. We don't know what morale's going to be like in 9th, but in 8th, that would probably only be really good against orcs or cultists with like other chaos with high unit counts. I think maybe. Because if you killed half of the unit, that's the unit gone. They're not going to pass that morale test.
Yeah.
But again, it's okay. It seems to be the common thing about all of this creation about it's okay. The crap warlord.
Talking about warlord, just an additional point. He has to be a warlord, and he does have a fixed warlord trait, which is the opposing player must roll an extra dice when taking morale tests for enemy units within 6 of your warlord and use the highest result. So his warlord trait only works when he's within 6. It only affects morale, and that's where he doesn't want to be.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
Everything.
Yeah, he's so all over the place as a character.
He just needs an invuln, doesn't he? Really?
Yeah.
Again, it's not going to make Bile faction any more desirable, but at least it would make it usable.
Yeah.
So the next one is a supreme creation. Use this stratagem before the battle. Choose one creation of bile character model from your army that is not Fabulous Bile. Is prime test subject. Add 1 strength and toughness. That's not bad for 1 CP to gain extra toughness throughout the game, and then you could buff him again.
Yeah, I mean, on a Demon Prince, I quite like this stratagem. I think you get a lot for the command point. But, yeah, there's more. Do you want to read the rest of it?
Yeah, sure. The next one is add 1 to the advance and charge rolls for this model. In addition, if this model has made a charge move, was charged or performed, add 1 to the model's attack. Well, don't most of Chaos, like Death Guard, get that now anyway? With Militia.
Yeah, but this is an additional one on top of
That, wouldn't it? Yeah.
And then the last one is when a model loses a wound, roll a d6 on a 6 that wound is not lost. In addition, at the end of the character fight phase, the model regains. Again, that one would be good for Fabulous Bile, but you can't put it on him.
Yeah. To be honest, like even the prime test subject, which, as you say, is probably the best one. I believe the Iron Warriors have a relic that gives you +1 strength, toughness, and attacks, and makes you a demon.
Yeah.
So, for the sake of this, yeah, okay, this is a stratagem and that, but I can use a command point to give me an extra relic, which gives me access to something that gives me exactly this, and I get all the decent stratagems that the Iron Warriors get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is quite poor when it comes to everything, because Chaos Space Marines, the only reason that the close combat stuff is effective, like Possessed, is because they're Alpha Legion, the -1 to hit, they can be concealed, you can't target them, etc, etc. Now, you take that away from them, +1 to the movement, even with warp time, it's an extra 2 inches. It's not going to cause you to really do anything major unless, again, you're using a stratagem, the micro tensile sinews to let you advance and charge. But, you know, building around, getting warp time off, and using this stratagem, and doing this, and doing that, and your opponent not streaming out. Because you're not going to be taking shooting units in this.
No. For me, it reminds me of the Drakari in the Elder Psychic Awakening. They were just left to the side, and it was okay. It's something. And I think this is what this is. In this book here that we've just gone through, I can say that the Custodians are in a better place, a far better place. The Death Guard look very interesting. I don't play with them. I know you don't, but you've got a lot of variety to stick in there.
Yeah, you've almost overwhelmed. Yeah, you've almost overwhelmed with options now with Death Guard. That's going to be the main difficulty, sort of sifting through it all and finding all the combos and stuff.
So it'd be interesting what happens, especially on the match play circuit of the combos that come out of Death Guard. I think there's a lot that could come out, and people will find them. And the
I've got about 6 list ideas already. Yeah.
Custodians, I don't think they're going to be OP with their combos, but I think you can certainly have a decent fight now with them.
I think the thing with Custodes is people get caught out because a lot of the stratagems become amazing when used with Forge World units, which people don't have access to the rules quite as readily, even though they are just a download on the website. Most people don't go out of the way to look for it. So I think a lot of people, but currently a lot of people won't go out of the way to sort of see these rules, and like, you know, the tanks, you look at one of the custode stratagems that lets you fire after you die, and you look at it and you go, oh well, that's just a Land Raider if you've only looked at the codex. But then when you look a little bit further and you look at the Forge World stuff, you're actually going, oh well, actually this tank that everyone uses that's got this really good gun, now it gets to fire again when it dies, that's actually alright.
Can you take that big monstrosity of a tank in Custodians?
Which one?
The one that flies and it's huge. It has 2 very long gun barrels and a lot of guns.
No, I believe that's the Space Marine only one.
Ah, okay. Because that would.
Is it Atreus or something?
Yeah.
Something like that. The new Primaris one.
But yeah, I think as a book, it's actually quite good. It's got a lot of stuff in there, and if you play them factions, it's well worth getting.
Yeah.
Again, no one's really the bile one. It'll be good to see if anyone actually plays it and see what they do with it. But I think that I thought it was in a bad place, and it's getting in the worst place coming with the CP costs that coming my way, and my psychic powers are shite. This makes me feel better because at least my warlord can do something.
Yeah.
He's been put in the wrong place and can't protect himself.
It's as well as that. It's having to have him as your warlord. It means you can't soup in other stuff and then just add this in for the 1-2 units that are alright, because you lose so much just by making him your warlord.
But at least he doesn't have the rule like Yunari does, where you can't even have any other named characters in the detachment, whereas he can, thankfully.
Well, I don't know, because
it doesn't put there though.
They won't get the Legion trait, so I don't think anything in the thing would get it.
Yes. Well, I think we should wrap it up there, guys. And
Yep.
Thank you very much for taking the time. I hope it was enjoyable for everyone who's going to watch this. Again, if there's any questions that you want to ask, if it wasn't readable as well as you'd hoped, just ask us in the comments, and I'll reply, or Pete will reply, one of us. But yeah, thank you very much, and thanks guys for joining. And hopefully we'll do the same with the Pro, and we might get Jay on board for that one, because he'll be good for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks guys. See you later.